So you want to play like the Beatles? Well, listen to this. If you've ever listened to Rubber Soul, you've heard this drum fill before. It's kind of a rat-a-tat triplet, a high-energy flurry between the tom and the snare that propels the rhythm section forward in an unbelievably cool way. The first time we heard this kind of fill was actually pretty early on Twist and Shout. It's not the exact same fill, but it's pretty close. But the iconic fill I'm talking about is on 3 songs, all on Rubber Soul: Drive My Car, The Word, and Nowhere Man. So here's how to play it. So there are 2 ways to play this fill. One way is to use one hand on the tom and one hand on the snare. It works. Nothing wrong with it. This is a good way to play it. I don't think he did it this way. We don't have any footage, so this is all guesswork. But another way to play it is to alternate hands between the tom and the snare. Not only is this, I think, an easier way to play it, it's much more fun. Part 2, the nuances. So the first nuance here is what I call controlled rushing. I've recorded all 3 of these songs, and when I listened back to my drum takes, I realized that there was something kind of missing. The notes were all right, the energy was there, but it didn't give me that sense of forward momentum that Ringo's fill did. So here's what you gotta do. Play it fast. If you rush the fill, play it a little bit faster than you may be comfortable with, it'll give you that sense of forward momentum and magic, but you can still maintain the tempo. Nuance number 2, hit the toms hard. If you play this fill straight, hitting the tom and snare with the same intensity, it doesn't quite sound right. What you gotta do, every time you hit the tom, smack it. Hit it harder than you hit the snare. Practice it slow, play it as many times as you need, but if you slam that tom harder than the snare, it gets you that Ringo sound. Tip 3, don't be afraid to hit the rim. Ringo liked a small kit.
I finalized that this is enough drums for me many years ago. You don't need a lot of drums, you know? I mean, this is plenty.
Now, the problem with having a kit that small is you have to get creative. Creating new sounds requires experimentation, tea towels, muting, and one of my favorites, hitting the rim of that rack tom. You can hear it on A Day in the Life, Paperback Writer, The Word, and you can use it on this fill whenever you want. It creates a new flavor, it's interesting, and it's a hell of a lot of fun to do. So one final note, there is an alternate fill very similar to this that's super cool. You can hear it on Dear Prudence and The Word, and the way to do it is you don't alternate between the rack tom and the snare, you alternate between the snare and the floor tom. These fills are fingerprints. You never hear Ringo doing a fill that Paul does, and vice versa. They have very different fills. This fill is on The Word, and you can hear it at the end of Dear Prudence. That's Ringo on Dear Prudence. So one piece of trivia here on this fill, when I was a kid, to me, I thought it was a permanent part of pop culture. I thought it was more widespread than it was. And the reason is the movie That Thing You Do. If you watch That Thing You Do, one of my favorite movies, when the Wonders are playing on the Hollywood Television Showcase, the drummer, Guy Patterson, does this fill. Whoever was the musical director of that movie deserves a huge amount of credit for getting that fill in there. It's perfect. All right, guys, that's it. That's how to play the fill. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll be back for more tips on how to play like the Beatles, because I'm a huge nerd. Bye.